So these races, 12 minutes plus 1 lap, and 32 participants in this, the first race. It'll be Cadet IAME, the first chance to score championship points. Who's going to take first blood? Well, it's the number 9 Pullman Racing Kart of Macaulay Bishop, due to start from pole position, alongside Zach Knight for Oliver Rowland Motorsport. Ethan Jeff Hall will start third, and then the GP plate of Nathan Tye. On the outside of row 2, Zach Drummond for the Fusion Motorsport team, and his countryman, but not teammate, Connor Duncan for the Oliver Rowland Motorsport team. That's your top 6.
Archie Clark starting on the 4th row. Beside him, he will have Lewis Werrell. Just behind them is Sebastian Mins, then Heidi Mimasi in rounding up your 5th row. 6th row, Eden Spanswick and George Edgar on the 6th row. Cathal Clark on the 7th row with Roman Kamyab, thank you.
14th.
That is his 14th. In 15th place, Alfie Slater on the 8th row with Mason Redmond.
William Knight and Cole Glover round out the top, the 9th row of the grid, and the top 20 is completed by Morgan Moore and Noah Wolf. Then it's Daniel Sofronia and Ben Smith, Joseph Katsantonis and Jesse Phillips on row number 12.
The final row apparently on our screen, 25th and 26th.
Oh, there's more of them.
Ellie Banhan and William Murtuck, but there are more of them, as we have Michael Walker and Cameron Pratt-Thompson on the 14th row. 15th row, William Antrobus and Joey Brown. The final row, row 16,
Kit Bolofsky
and Jack Cunningham.
There's the view. What a fantastic view from the very top of the, above the top of the quarry from our drone. The Lakeland Stadium in Rowrah on a fantastically sunny Saturday afternoon here in Cumbria, home of the Cumbria Kart Racing Club. And again, you can just see those two little sort of roads in the middle. That was the original circuit. The drivers are coming past now. They're coming past, so the track was the top half of the track, and then it sort of curved in back in the 1960s. And of course, there's been kart racing here since about 1959, I believe.
Way before me, then.
Even way before me. I think Malcolm Fell and Marion Fell, who run this circuit, maybe even before their time, although I doubt it. Malcolm Fell's older than the hills. Anyway, here we go. Into the tram lines, lights out, and we're off and racing. And Macaulay Bishop doesn't get a great start. It's a good start from Ethan Jeff Hall, 32 drivers.
Oh, and the 76,
Cole Glover. He thought about going for that camera, but good view there. There's 2 drivers just out of shot that have decided to spin. Now they...
The 5 and the GP having a great little scrap there. The 5 pushing GP off the track slightly. That's Ethan Jeff Hall on Nathan Tye. They both managed to get round the hairpin of Ardales. Down the inside goes the number 30 and the 5 and the 20 on the 36. There's absolute pandemonium here. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 passing the 36 in one corner, which is quite an achievement from these
there's
guys.
Somebody off on the grass. That's Knight. That's Zach Knight in kart number 36. The Oliver Rowland Motor team losing a lot of ground. He almost went up the escape road. But this is a great battle for second. Have a look at the end of lap number 1. Macaulay. Well, he's literally like the dog that's stolen the sausages off the butcher. He is scarpering because he's leading 1.26 seconds at the end of lap number 1.
End of lap 1 with already a second gap. He's just driven off with this, hasn't he? There's your second place at GP, Nathan Tye, Connor Duncan just behind, Jeff Hall as well, and the number 5. Now these guys have been a little bit frisky on the first lap already. Are they going to cool down, or are they going to try and work together now, or are they going to send it?
This is the final. They're going to work together. Oh dear. As I say, that Ethan Jeff Hall passed 3rd place, but I mean, it's Nathan Tye is the key cart. As long, if people can push him along, it doesn't matter who can push him along. If people can push him along, then we'll see how much working together can help you against. I always say, 8 wheels working together go faster than 4 wheels working on their own.
Yeah.
Macaulay Bishop, at the end of lap number 2, will keep checking the gap. His lead over Nathan Tye, 1.55 seconds. Still lots of side-by-side action further down in the pack, and all 32 drivers still out there. Cole Glover has recovered from that spin earlier on to run 27th. Joseph Katzentonis, Noah Wolf, Joey Brown and William Murtaugh have all dropped the back of the field. Now Ethan Jeff Hall in that green and white Strawberry Racing number 5. He has now moved himself into 3rd position, and they're all, look at that, line astern. Nobody trying to get side by side. This is like follow your leader. And so Nathan Tighe at the moment is the Pied Piper.
He is, yes. He's just trying to get them to just follow me, don't overtake. Come on, let's just catch him. Let's get this done. There's still plenty of time. We can do it.
Yep. Well, because Macaulay Bishop is waving goodbye at the moment. Ethan Jeff Hall has got. He's only got a couple of opportunities to really push Nathan Tighe up to it. So the main straight being one, and then these straights, down towards the hairpin. But he can't be too. He's got to be a bit careful, because if he outbrakes himself, then he's going to force Nathan Tighe wide, and they're going to lose ground. Now the gap 1.49 seconds. So we've got 8 3/4 minutes to go. Zach Drummond falling down the order. Heidi Mamasi, Eden Spanswick, all falling down the order slightly. Now, out of my view, has there been a collision or is that a transponder issue?
Not too sure. I believe it is a transponder issue. It popped back up into place now.
So it's Bishop, Tighe, Ethan Jeff Hall. Behind them is the number 20 of Drummond. Then it's Connor Duncan. Archie.
Someone's gone wide there and into the barrier. It's the 20.
Oh, and the number 27 almost collected him.
Zach Drummond.
So Zach Drummond gets spun around and hits the tyre barriers. He came back on and he came back on facing the right way. So it was a good 360, but of course he was. Oh, that could have been so good. That was Alfie Slater with the number 27 that took amazing evasive action to avoid a potentially bad collision.
Yeah, good reactions there, and that's what's needed in racing like this. Anything could happen in these tight grids, and just shows the skill that these drivers go through to try and get those reaction times up. Back at the near the front, that gap's opened up to 1.57 now, and you can see these two working together, of Tighe and Jeff Hall.
Yeah, Coley Bishop is managing to maintain that lead.
He's got good pace, and he's not. Obviously, he's got the clean air in front. He's got the clean air behind. He's not looking behind. He's just focusing head down. He's doing it, but that gap has come down. It was 1.6. It's now 1.4. So what they're doing is fluctuating.
Yeah, and I think what might help is the fact that Ethan Jeff Hall has now pulled away a little bit from the Archie Clark Connor Duncan 4th place battle. Clark is in the number 8 Kart, is now in 4th place, and that allows Ethan Jeff Hall. He can just work with one driver. You can just push Nathan Tighe, not have to worry about anything going on behind this. Cathal Clark checking over his shoulder. Lewis Werrell in kart number 6 runs in 6th position. And let's have a little look to see where. Sorry, no. Lewis Werrell in kart number 10 runs in 6th position.
Sorry, I made that mistake earlier.
That's okay, yeah. Then it's Cathal Clark, then it's Alfie Slater. Spanswick, Hardy Mamasi is there in that lead group, in that chasing pack as well, in the number 44 kart. I think he's in 7th position. And behind them, it's Zach Knight recovering from that first lap incident. Zach Drummond will be very lucky to still be in the race. He's 12th now. William Knight is 13th. Then it's Daniel Sofrone and Roman Kamiab rounding out the top 15. Ben Smith, Sebastian Mins, Jesse Phillips, Morgan Moore, Mason Rudman, Jorge Edgar, Jack Cunningham, Kit Bolofsky, Ellie Badhan, then William Murtaugh, William Antrobus, Cole Glover, Cameron Pratt-Thompson, Noah Wolf, Joseph Katzentonis, Joey Brown and Michael Walker. Your 32 runners. There is a full name check from everybody, but it is Bishop still 1.4 seconds. Tighe being pushed along by Ethan Jeff Hall. Ethan Jeff Hall there bouncing over the curb at the wrong angle coming out of the Stuart S's. That's cost him. He's now not able to push Nathan Tighe along.
Yeah, it wasn't the ideal racing line through there, and you got to try and stay off those curbs as much as possible, as there's a lunge for 4th place, the number 30. That is Connor Duncan getting past Archie Clark. That is, thank you very much, into Paddock Bend. So that's another position gained for him. And of course, if he can try and latch onto the back of these guys, and you can see there, he is telling them to, come on, now I'm in front, let's go, let's catch these guys, and let's see what we can do. And are they going to listen to that? Yet to be seen.
Well, you see Archie Clark doesn't make a move there. Neither does the number 10 of Werrell. Werrell now with the Fusion Motorsport team. Last year he was with the Oliver Rowland Motorsport. Now he's moved across to Fusion. There is Hardy Mamasi in kart number 44. That was a privateer driver, obviously getting help from originally from Canada. He's got his own setup, and he's doing a very good job of staying with all the big guns. But last year, of course, it was Macaulay Bishop who was the lone privateer at the sharp end of the British Cadet Championship grid. This is Macaulay Bishop's first real outing with the team. You know, at the start of the year, before lockdown, maybe there was one or two others. I think he went with Oliver Rowrah Motorsport for a couple of meetings, but he's now found a home at Paul Munn Racing. So for a driver that's always been a privateer, an independent driver, and in cadet racing, that is it's not virtually impossible. It's very difficult to go up against the big teams in cadet racing and win. Macaulay got a seeded number last year as a privateer. Again, so many of the top names back this year. You know, Nathan Ty was in the British Championship last year. Ethan Jeff 5th, Archie Clark 8th, Lewis Werrell 10th. You know, so all these big players from last year coming back this year. We are seeing some new names up at the front, but generally, Bishop, Ty, Jeff Hall, Clark, Connor Duncan, Werrell, Mimasi, they were all here a year ago.
Yeah, you can see these guys while they're racing as well. These guys, they're squabbling away. The 30s asking them, come on guys, let's just go, stop battling. The number 8 isn't listening. He's diving in at every opportunity that he can. Let's see here in toward McRae's. Is he going to go down the inside here? No, he doesn't. They stay in single file. And of course, it seems to be mainly down the Stuart S's where all the carnage seems to happen today. It seems to be the favourite spot for it, and I think we're probably going to see it again this time around. We'll see the number 8 diving through. You can see the 30s. Hand gestures are getting more prominent now. They're saying, come on, let's go. But no, there you go. Again, down the inside goes the number 8.
So yeah, Archie Clark passes Connor Duncan for 4th place. This battle now happening over 2 seconds behind Nathan Ty and Ethan Jeff Hall. But so you think, well, whatever you can do, I can do better. If that's where we're going to play it, Connor Duncan says, right, let's have it.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal with this amount of time left, and you're losing that gap.
And that is at the back of this group, so that's 2, 4, 6, 7 drivers in this group. You're looking at Duncan, Mimasi, Clark, Werrell, Cathal Clark, Spanswick and Slater. So we haven't spoken much about the number 69 car, Eden Spanswick. He's played himself to contention nicely. And Alfie Slater, so Spanswick is the second Paul Munn Racing driver. You can see with the sort of just behind Alfie Slater. Now he swings out a little bit wide. Here's Mimasi and Archie Clark getting together, going through that hairpin. But then, yes, Connor Duncan is thinking to himself, oh, I like this. He's made the move, and now he's up the road as Archie Clark continue to try and defend. And it's like the cork in the bottle. There's a whole fizz full of 2, 4, 6, 7 drivers lined up on the rear bumper, the number 8 Strawberry Racing Tony Kart of Archie Clark, and with 2 minutes to go, Anthony, I know that you're going to be dashing off shortly, but with 2 minutes to go, you know, Clark has to defend, because if he moves offline, then 7 drivers are going to go through. So he is now committed to, well, he's committed to the white lines. Yeah,
he's got to hold on to that one as much as possible with such a short amount of time left to go as well. It is going to be a tough call, especially with that many karts behind it. I'm sure the noise in the back of his head is biblical.
Yep, and Macaulay Bishop continues to lead this race. Hasn't won a round of the British Championship before, I don't believe. This is his first race in the British Championship as a non-independent driver. So he's done 2 years just as an independent. He won the Micromax World Final Qualifier in the UK last year. Got a ticket to the Rotax Max Challenge Grand Finals. Raced with the youngest member of Team Great Britain there. Finished on the podium out in Sarno in Italy. And then the teams realised there's a real talent here. You know, we've got to try and, you know, so even though there's very limited budget, we've got to try and work with him to harness that talent and put him in a team to give him a chance to compete on a more equal footing with all these guys. And in his first round of the British Championship as a member of the team, he's leading the way. Great racing, 30 seconds to go. Mimasi to the inside, followed by Slater. They're 3 wide on the top hairpin. Iredale's, that is Knight on the outside, tucking in behind Mimasi. Werrell's in this group, so is number 20 of Zach Drummond. Oh, wheel-to-wheel contact, they're through this S's, and who's that that gets spat out of the back? The number 88 kart of William Knight that was just minding his own business at the back there and eventually gets forced almost off circuit. There's Slater in the 27, following the 11 of Cathal Clark. This is 10th and 11th Clark and Slater. There's Nathan Tye and Ethan Jeff Hall, second and third. Still 1.1 seconds behind Macaulay Bishop in cart number 9, who checks over his shoulder. The clock has struck 0. Next time around, we'll see the last lap board. Nathan Tye Jr. comes out of Iredale's, head down. Ethan Jeff Hall has worked with him very well, and for the first time in a long while, the gap is approaching the 1 second mark. It has been 1.5, 1.6 seconds virtually the entire race. Now, still a lap to go as we've got more battling. There's number 40 cart of William Murtagh back in the pack. That's right down there's Noah Wolf in the number 43. That is for 24th, 25th positions. Here's your second and third place carts coming through paddock now. The gap is 1.1 seconds. Last lap board goes out. Macaulay Bishop is just over 1,000 metres away from his first British Championship victory. He goes through the first chicane. Tye and Jeff Hall will not give up. They are like predators on the prowl. 0.8 of a second. Any driver will tell you, last lap, the nerves will come in. Bishop's checked over his shoulders again. The only person that can beat Macaulay Bishop now is Macaulay Bishop. He's got to concentrate. Tye and Ethan Jeff Hall are still coming. They are working. They're going to work together until the last corner to try and force Macaulay Bishop into a mistake if they can. Through the Stuart S's for the final time. Over the curb. They crest the rise. They plunge down towards St John's. Bishop has got 3 corners to go. Make that 2 as he comes into Sunny. Still Jeff Hall pushing Nathan Tye along. The gap is 0.7 of a second, but they're not going to catch him. And Ethan Jeff Hall now makes the move on Nathan Tye. Final corner, wheel to wheel for second place. Macaulay Bishop takes the checkered flag. First British Championship win on his debut with Paul Munn Racing for Macaulay Bishop. Great driving from both Ethan Jeff Hall and Nathan Tye in second and third place. Jeff Hall gets it on the line by 1/10 of a second there, and he lifts. That's what you want to see. You want to see the joy, you want to see the emotion on Macaulay's face. He lifts the visor, and you know, unfortunately the drivers have got to have masks on. They've got to keep the crash helmets on, so you don't see as much elation, but there you go. That view there is the biggest bit of emotion you can see, crash helmet or not. His smile is resonating through there. But so Bishop wins from Jeff Hall, Tye. Connor Duncan finishes in 4th place for Scotland. Then it's Lewis Werrell, Zach Knight, and his best ever result, the British Championship, Hardy Mamassi from Canada in 7th. Archie Clark, Cathal Clark and Zach Drummond were next, followed by Alfie Slater and William Knight. Then it was Eden Spanswick in 13th place, Northern Ireland's Ben Smith in 14th, then it's Sofronair, Rudman, Kamyab, Phillips, Mins and Belofsky rounding out the top 20. Jorge Edgar, Noah Wolf, William Murtagh and Cole Glover the top 24. Then Ellie Baden, Morgan Moore, Joseph Katsantonis and the rest. But my colleague Anthony Jordan will be speaking to Happy Macaulay Bishop when he comes in, and I have to say that the North American arm of the Macaulay Bishop fan club in Royal Oak, Michigan, will be celebrating with a bag of Jolly Ranchers, Macaulay and his brother Mason's favourite sweet. And at that news, so they'll come in as we look down at the circuit. We'll wait to hear from the race winner.
So a race winner from that one, Macaulay Bishop. Macaulay, what a race that was. You must have been pleased with that one, over a second gap from the second place.
Yeah, I was really happy. I've been waiting for one of these all year.
It's been a long wait, hasn't it? We're finally back racing, and of course, for round 1 to get a race win, it must be great.
That feels amazing. 4 years ago, I won my first Bambino British Champs round, and I'm really happy with it.
Excellent. Of course, there's racing going on behind us as well. It's quite noisy, but of course, we'll try and keep it going. But again, fantastic stuff for that one. The final lap, I wasn't able to see it, but it looked like an incredibly tense lap.
Yeah, it was really exciting, and I was really happy when I crossed the finish line.
Yeah, I bet you were. Well, congratulations on a round 1 win, and we'll hopefully see you winning again tomorrow.
Thank you.
Cheers.
But the leading privateer, finishing 7th, Hardy Mamassi. Well done, Hardy, all the way from Canada. If you go to the far side there, your trophy awaits. Over there, that's the one. Yes, and you can pick it up, it's now yours. There we go, congratulations. Top 3 time, the top 3 separated by 1.2 seconds yesterday, finishing in 3rd position, Nathan Ty. Really good racing yesterday, well done Nathan. He gets the obligatory fist pump or the elbow from Dan Parker, Championship Manager. 2nd place yesterday, Ethan Jeff Hall. So the GP plate holder finishing 3rd, and last year's 5th seeded driver finishing 2nd. But the winner of the opening round of the 2020 Motorsport UK British Cadet IAME Kart Championship, Macaulay Bishop. Congratulations, Macaulay. They are all, Chris, they are smiling under the masks, I promise. Smile for Mr. Walker. Smile with your eyes. Congratulations. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, your podium for the 1st round of the British Cadet Championship. Thank you very much, Macaulay Bishop, Nathan Ty, Ethan Jeff Hall, and leading privateer Hardy Mamasi.